Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where as promised, I've gone through and reworked all of our ship quantities here. Off camera, it was very tedious, no doubt about that. I've also, as you can see, settled on a slightly different balance than what we had previously. The primary goal behind this is still the same as it always was, which was we want to have more long-range firepower. This is going to be, I think, a little bit at the cost of our ultimate fleet power, but I think it's a worthwhile trade. We'll see how it performs in the next war or in the final invasion, whichever happens first. But for now, we have a lot of resources to spend on building ships. No doubt about that. Now, this is the setup with Titans. Let's go down to the bottom here, and I'll show you the setup without Titans. It's nearly the same, but with a slightly higher amount of cruisers and battleships. Destroyers are definitely a little higher. Corvettes are slightly lower than what we had talked about previously. But I just feel like, I don't know, these numbers are more pleasing to me. That's the primary thing here. It's not like min-maxing the fleet power or something like that. I just like the way that these numbers flow better. It's not a good reason for doing this. But regardless, we're going to hit this sweet reinforce all button. This is going to be a pretty lengthy process. We need 552,000 alloys to get this all built up. And we're pretty low on our naval cap right now, because we're doing a complete rebuild of our ships here. Well, not a complete rebuild. We're doing like a 3/4 rebuild? Something like that. Again, we should have probably kept some of our corvettes around, but I didn't want to mess with that. So we're just going to rebuild all of these, and that's going to be fairly hefty. That's also going to eat up our dark matter stores. We have enough stored, but it is going to eat into that. So for the time being, let's bump this up to fastest speed. Apparently the game is somewhat laggy here, but let's go through our jobs real quick and see what we've got going on here. This research station needs housing, of all things. Okay, so if we need housing, maybe get rid of like the posthumous employment center. And we would replace this with like a luxury residence. That'll be fine for now. What else do we need here? Open building slots are not a concern. It's only a concern if we have a housing or a jobs issue. Like here, on this allegedly foundry station, but really this is more of a fortress station. We're mostly just waiting for demotions here, though. So that's fine. They can also migrate. No big concerns there. This we actually do need a job on. This is a forge world with a secondary of mining. We'll just do something kind of like this. That'll get us a bunch of additional jobs. That'll be absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever there. We've got an urban world here, allegedly, but I'm going to swap this over to being a generator world. We'll upgrade our energy nexus, and I guess we could toss in an industrial district as a backup here. Although looking at this, we could certainly replace an exotic gas refinery with an ancient refinery and be far more efficient. So that is wonderful. I wish we could replace all of them with ancient refineries, but sadly, they are planet unique. Okay, so that looks like all of the jobs that we need right now. This habitation ring apparently needs some work, but we are still working on land grab out over here. So we'll see what we can get out of all of that. Cool. I would love to get these two, as well as ideally like these three. I don't know how realistic any of that is, to be honest. We may or may not get them. So that's what it all boils down to, is a hard maybe. We're waiting on 2 influence to grab this. At least we get this barren world, right? That would be decent. So we'll grab Galamoon. We're full on energy credits right now. Of course, we're massively positive on energy credits because our naval cap is so low. Or rather, our current amount of ships is so low. We're going to buy in what dark matter we can, because I know we're going to need it. We're definitely going to need it. What is the current price on alloys anyway? It's actually pretty cheap. We'll buy in what alloys we can as well, but we're going to need a lot of alloys. We still need 400,000 to get this all reinforced, right? So we're just going to keep hitting that reinforce all button every single month, and we're going to work our way through this pretty quickly. We're making like 7,300 right now, so that's reasonably fine. I'm not too concerned about that right now. The real question is, are we going to be able to grab these locations over here? They'll be at least, yeah, both of these will be relatively cheap for us to grab. Where are you going? Are you going to Shuker? You are. So we're definitely not going to get this one. That is the lesser valuable system. And I mean, it is our Federation, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. We're definitely starting to hit some competition for this stuff, right? There's no surprises here. No surprises at all. So we're going to need a bunch of influence to get that all going. I do want to hit our reinforced fleet button again. We'll keep an eye on our alloy count that we need. We still need about 400,000, but that number is going to be dropping by about 7,300 per month. So we're going to work our way through this pretty quickly, all things considered. We're building, like, just battleships and cruisers right now, it seems. We're not really... Oh, no, we did build the corvettes here. Okay. Well, we did have a good amount of alloys banked up. That's fine. So, yeah, unfortunately, we are going to miss out on this particular system. There's only a few resources here, so it's not the end of the world. I mean, honestly, we're doing fine, right? I'm not too concerned about getting all of this territory. Even if we were to lose out on everything that is still over here, it's not that big of a deal. Our primary limiting factor is influence. So we'll see how that ends up affecting us here. After we get the Galaman starbase, of course, we're going to have to build our energy credit collection. And we'll see what ends up happening with getting these taken over. There are still some Praetorian Scourge locations, right? Yeah, 3. And we know there's at least one here and one here. And presumably one in each of these locations. That does give us one too many. So there might be a bunch of these fleets that are just chilling and doing nothing of import. They're definitely here. Okay, we can check it this way. So, no, I don't want to look at this. We're going to hop up over here and see... Okay, yeah, they're done here. Cool. So after we're done in Galaman, we're going to grab our energy credits here. Over in Short, we're doing what we can. I would love to grab this location. We'll see if we can get it. We do get Galaman, which is something. I don't know what, but it is something. We'll continue to reinforce our fleets, another 14,000 alloys, and there goes another 7.2 thousand alloys into our fleets. Perfect. And we will build our mining station in Galaman. Up in Short, we're getting close to being done, and we're building in Weezer soon. Okay, so that's all going to take some time. Noted. So by the time this mining station is done... Yeah, I think we're not going to get this. They're already building this starbase. So that's right out. We're not going to get that one. I think we're probably not going to get this one either. There's a revolt brewing on Duskraiser. It's claiming to already be negative. Okay, let's hop into our situation log. We'll just institute a crackdown. That should go away basically instantly. Assuming those numbers don't change on us. So on this month tick, we'll see if it is quelled. No, it is ticking up. Okay, what do we got going on here? So, -2 amenities. It's a research/mining station. There's some crime here. Let's toss in an anti-crime campaign. And we'll see what happens with that. Are we going negative now? With just an anti-crime campaign. It's very, very close to being negative here. No, that had no effect. Okay, in that case, that's down over here, or rather up over here. We're going to grab one of our fleets, and we're going to send them over there. So we'll just land over there. That'll be no problem. That'll be absolutely fine. So we're done in Galaman right now, or very soon, I should say. We're not going to get these two systems. I'm not hugely shocked about that. a lot of this at this point is kind of pie in the sky, right? With us being this limited in influence, there's only so much we can get. And that's okay. We know that that's going to be the case. We need about 350,000 more alloys to get our fleets fully rebuilt, but multiple of our fleets are already basically there. Yeah, we're making really solid progress on our fleet rebuild. We're pretty much half done at this point. Well, not quite half done, I think. We're getting kind of close to half done, though. We're like a third done, maybe? That might be a good way to put it. So over here in Galaman, of course, we want to terraform this world over to a desert world. And I'd like to head out over this direction to Ubaglit. Now, do we get this? Well, Kurik is still being bombarded here. There's a lot going on here. We're at 93%. Okay. Well, if we know we're not going to get these, how much does it cost to take Oblion? 135 extra? Yikes. That's a lot of extra influence. And then heading down to Omicron Persei is 135 as well. So I think that we do head over here and we just position ourselves to get that done. You are building a habitat in Isius, that's fine. Order has been restored on Duskraiser, which is not shocking. We are, of course, going to embark our army at this point. 20k on that army. Wow. That is mildly ridiculous. This is only a 4k army. We're going to want to re-split those, probably. And maybe with it being 20k, even split it into 3. But we'll do that in a bit here, I think. We'll get that set up. For now, this is okay. So nobody's really going after this territory down here. Once we get one settlement down there, that will accelerate things pretty dramatically for us. So once we're done in Short, I would like to head down to Omicron Persei. And then once we're done in Weezer, we'll head to Oblion. I don't have a lot of hope of getting Oblion. To be clear, that's a little bit of a lesser priority for us. I would like to get this finished up. So there's still 3 infested worlds. Noted. On this month tick, we will, of course, hit this reinforce all button. That's actually a year tick. So we're down under 350 needed. Beautiful. Let's actually take a look at what we have for alloys right now. What is it? Oh, the cost of alloys is high right now. Okay, we're not going to buy alloys at this time then. Seems fine. Seems we're at 19 of 19 Titans. I feel like we should be at 20 of 19 Titans. Should we not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We are at 19. Fascinating. Okay. For now, I'm not too concerned about that. We will get that problem solved once we're a little bit closer here. So that's fine for the moment. We are currently lacking 39 alloys for this, but that's not a concern. So, energy weapon fire rate. We'll grab energy credits from jobs next. Over here in Short, we're going to be done there pretty soon. Are we done in Weezer? No, but we're getting close. Cool. So that's looking fine. We got a decent amount of territory out of this, considering we put almost no effort into it. Oh, hang on. Is this done here? This is now 3 potentially habitable worlds. Yes, it is. So we're going to grab that. That is under our control. There are no other construction ships here, I think. Correct. There are no other construction ships there. Beautiful. So that'll be fine. This is under control then. And I mean, that does mean we get a total of 6 worlds out of this, which isn't bad. That's not bad at all. That's actually pretty good. I'm a little confused about where one of our Titan fleets went. Maybe I accidentally disbanded it. That's a possibility. If so, we'll get it fixed. I'm not concerned about
complete.
it. So I want to check in on our mega structure situation here. Looks like those are going just fine. No major concerns there. Cool. So this starbase is going to be done soon enough. We are, of course, bringing these guys down over to Omicron Persei, and I want to try to grab what territory we can down here as our next priority. Oblion is a lower priority, and I'm kind of expecting that the AI will grab this before we can get there. We'll see. We'll see what we've got going on there. But I definitely want to... It's going to be a lot of influence to grab Omicron Persei, but from there we can spread out and start taking some of this territory, which the AI has been fairly lax on taking thus far. So that would be absolutely wonderful. And once we're done here, we'll get these terraforming, of course. All of these are set to barren worlds right now, which is expected. There are currently 2 infested worlds left, and we're just letting the AI wrap those up. No problem whatsoever there. How can we get additional influence? Honestly, well, power projection would help that, for sure. And we're working on it. We do need to hit our reinforced fleet button. That would help. So we're down to about 300k that we need to put into our fleets now. Beautiful. That is still a long ways to go. No doubt about that. But we're now down below 300k, like 296. Perfect. So we're almost halfway done with our fleet reconstruction. And this is just to take us and be substantially less Corvette heavy, right? That's the real goal here. And we're getting monthly Unity. Yep, that's fine. Out of curiosity, with us being at 4k Unity, can we afford to run a grand fleet here? We would be negative 2k Unity. Okay. That's noted. I think I'm willing to run that for the time being. The next question is, can we do Celebrate Diversity? And in fact, we can. So we do that to bump up our Unity a hefty amount while we're running this deficit. Cool. Absolutely wonderful there. We're certainly going to grab our mining stations over here, and we're going to get all of these terraforming into desert worlds. We'll grab the third one here. There we go. Beautiful. So each of those will take 10 years. No problem. We've also got a bunch of ruined orbital rings. I'm not interested in building these right now because they cost influence, but later on, we will absolutely be interested in that. So that's looking great. We'll see if we grab Oblion, but our current priority is Omicron Persei to open up coming over this direction. That is the current goal. Both of those are going to be pretty expensive. We're currently lacking how much for this? 130? Yeah, that's quite expensive. Would we be better off coming down here? No, that'd be 198. What about potentially Beetlejuice? 130 there? Okay, so we don't really have a better way to get in over here. We're just going to have to take an influence jump, and it's going to be a little painful. We'll see how much we manage to get. We'll reinforce our fleets again. That'll be great. 4371 is our current naval cap, and because we do have a Titan available, we should start work on another fleet here. So we'll get that going. Where are you at, Titan? Okay, so we're going to build a sturdy class Titan on the month tick here, which is right now. There we go. We'll get that underway, so that will be ready to go. That, of course, will be a brand new fleet. And that should put us at 20 out of 20 Titans. Beautiful. And then we have, what, 3 fleets that are non-Titan fleets? 2 fleets that are non-Titan fleets. Okay. That's fine. We'll continue to reinforce this. We need 285,000 alloys at this point. Checking in on the price of alloys, 6.95. It has dropped somewhat. And the dark matter, we still have 5k in stock here. So I'm not concerned about our dark matter stores at all. The real concern at this point is how much of this is going to get taken by the Kelzen Mandate. They have an advantage down here on taking this territory. We'll see how much of it they manage to get. We would love to grab some anyway, but this first starbase is going to be very expensive. Very, very expensive. And we need influence up here for Oblion as well. It's just going to be a whole thing, right? It's going to be tough. Luckily, we have gotten enough territory that I'm rather content. So, no problem really there whatsoever. We're full on consumer goods right now, and I'm actually going to really dump our consumer goods here, destroying the price of consumer goods. We're not going to sell all of our consumer goods. We'll sit about here. But I want to check in here. I guess I'll buy a few alloys. I don't want to buy more than that, though. The price is getting really high. Let's hit the reinforced fleet button. And the Watchful Swarm should be virtually done at this point. We're working on Ready Swarm 21. We're definitely making very rapid progress on our fleet rebuild. Now, I want to check to see what our final military power is. 153k. Yeah, like I said, that's probably going to be a slight downgrade on our overall apparent fleet power. But I'm okay with it, because this is going to increase our long-range firepower, and this doesn't take into account any of our edicts or any of our defensive bonuses. So that's all wonderful. Next up, we can certainly go for... Actually, minerals from jobs make sense to me here. So we'll do that for the moment. And we can actually hit our reinforced fleet button yet again here. We're down to almost 250k. We're certainly halfway through our alloy deficit at this point. So that's great. I'm very, very pleased about that. Our real problem right now, of course, simply comes down to a lack of influence. We need 94 additional influence here, 85 now, so we're like 9 months away from being able to take Omicron Persei. It's tough. It's very tough. But we'll get there eventually. So our Titan is 34% done. That's great. And checking in on our mega structures here, our Matter Decompressor, Dyson Sphere, and Strategic Coordination Center are all about 2 years out. Nothing too bad there. That's looking relatively good. And our terraformations are, of course, underway on the 6 worlds that we've claimed out of this. But overall, I'd call this decent. We're definitely hitting that alloy deficit. We knew that we would. That was always going to be the case, but that's down below 250,000 now. Of course, we're not at war with anybody. And even if that were to happen, this is nothing to sneeze at. And that's going to get a lot stronger. A whole lot stronger. So that'll be absolutely wonderful. Now, our total fleet amount is going to be, I think, substantially over 4378 with this additional fleet coming in. The question is, how much over? We'll know that on this next month's tick. 4390? Okay, that's only 6 over, but that is going to be more, right? Plus another 210. So that'll take some time to get to that level, and we do have our Strategic Coordination Center upgrading. That will give us an additional 100 naval capacity, or maybe 50. I think we get 50 right now. We'll see. It'll give us more, is the point. And this number will go up a bit as we get some of those stronghold jobs filled as well. So that'll be absolutely great. We're getting 2406 from pop jobs right now. And of course we have a grand fleet set up, so this is all good for the moment. Cool. Current price on alloys is still pretty high. I'm not going to purchase any of those right now. Let's reinforce our fleets here. A bunch of corvettes being queued up here. Wonderful. We have absurd production levels. Like, just think about how quickly we could build ships if we had infinite alloys. It would be insane. Absolutely bonkers how quickly we could. And 7,100 alloys isn't infinite, but it is kind of close. Like, that's a lot of alloy production. We're doing very, very well economically here. Very well. I see that they've grabbed Beetlejuice. Okay. 49 still before we can grab Omicron Persei. Sad. We might just have to give up on anything down here. Well, I don't know. They're moving very slowly. They're moving a bunch of construction ships into Beetlejuice right now. We'll see. Maybe we get some territory here. There is still one infested world, and I'm assuming that's in Camp Gloria, judging by this nonsense. Presumably that's the case. It is time to put a cut in here, though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue working our way through this. Hang on. What is this adapted swarm? Why are you missing in action? Why are you indecent proposal class corvettes? Get out of here. That's very strange. Okay, well, that's fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadowwolf, and Lohan80, Rogue Corvid, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.